Time now for your forewarned weather with Thomas Keyboy.
Good Tuesday morning, Utah. Time is currently 6:13. We got wet weather moving in from the west as our next storm system drops in from the northwest. We're seeing showers across northern Utah, but what we're seeing mainly is virga in our valleys, which is just precipitation that evaporates before hitting the ground. I wouldn't be surprised if we're seeing some light rain in spots along the Wasatch Front, but as you make your way into the high country, that's when we start to see that wet weather hitting the ground, mainly in the form of snow. So as we go throughout today, we're mainly going to be checking in with valley rain, mountain snow. Here's the weak disturbance that moved through yesterday, but this is the storm system that's dropping in today, and you can see a lot of moisture and energy is finding its way in our direction. As we go from this morning into the afternoon, the chance of wet weather will only be increasing, especially across the northern two-thirds of the state. Let's go ahead and time things out for you. I'm going to start the Futurecast at 8 o'clock this morning. The Futurecast showing more of those showers finding their way into the northern portion of the state, with a good chance for showers up and down most of the I-15 corridor, more or less from the Washington to Iron County line all the way up to the Utah-Idaho line as well. So we'll be looking at a good chance for valley rain, mountain snow. Scattered showers will be pushing into eastern Utah by the time we get into this afternoon, maybe a few showers down south. Then as the cold front approaches from the west, we could be looking at a band of heavier showers, especially from this afternoon into this evening along the I-15 corridor, where we might have a few embedded thunderstorms. And then as we go from this evening into tonight, those showers continue to push into the southeastern portion of the state. And even though the system will be pushing into Colorado, when it comes to the cold front, by our Wednesday, we'll still have lingering moisture and energy behind, so there will be more potential for scattered showers throughout the day on our Wednesday, with the best chance favoring the northern two-thirds of the state and with much colder air in place thanks to that northerly flow. There's even going to be the potential that we see straight valley snow where minor accumulations can't be ruled out. As the storm system works its way down to the south, central and southern Utah will be favored for moisture once we get into our Thursday and Friday. And one thing you might be able to notice here is that our winds in northern Utah will be out of the east. As we move into Thursday and Friday, there is going to be the potential for some pretty strong downslope canyon winds. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. Over the next couple of days, we're likely going to see some pretty healthy snow for our mountains. The winter weather advisory for the northern mountains is currently in effect and will continue through 6 o'clock in the evening tomorrow, while the central and southern mountains will see those winter weather advisories get going this afternoon, but will also continue through 6 o'clock in the evening on Wednesday. When it comes to potential accumulations, we could land between 6 and 12 inches, locally upwards of 18 inches plus in spots. Here's a look at the snow potential on the forecast model. And this is going to be through Wednesday, where most mountains, I think, will likely land between 4 and 10, locally up to 18. I think the Cottonwoods do a little bit better, 10 to 16. And if everything does come together, there are some suggestions that we could see even more than that. Of course, we'll keep our fingers crossed. Mountain valleys trace to 4, locally up to 8, especially for the higher elevation mountain valleys like maybe around Park City. And for our valleys, could see straight rain or upwards of 2 inches. And as we go from tonight into tomorrow morning, if we do see that straight snow, could lead to some issues out on the roadways. We'll continue to keep you posted on that. As mentioned beforehand, we'll likely see some pretty strong winds, especially in northern Utah, once we move into Thursday and Friday. And the National Weather Service has already issued high wind watches for both Davis and Weber counties. This is going to run from Wednesday p.m. through Friday morning, where we could see some strong easterly winds, maybe on the magnitude of 60 miles per hour. But I think most along the Wasatch Front and northern Utah in general that are prone to canyon winds could see gusts over 40 miles per hour. In the meantime, it's relatively quiet. This is the view from Cedar City with our Southern Utah University camera network. Temperatures right now checking in at 39 degrees. And as you make your way up to Park City Mountain, that snow is currently falling. As you head out the door, in large part, temperatures are in the 30s and 40s, as we're currently sitting at 29 degrees in Heber, one of the colder spots across the state. Daytime highs will be about 5 degrees cooler compared to what we saw yesterday. Then we'll be turning even chillier into tonight as that cold front works its way in. We'll see a daytime high around 50 in Salt Lake, but most spots will see daytime highs right around 40 to 45 degrees. In central Utah, daytime highs 40s and 50s with a few 60s on the map, and that'll carry over into the southern portion of the state as well. In St. George, slight chance later on today with a decent chance of wet weather holding on through the rest of the week, with Wednesday and Friday likely bringing us our best chance. We'll also be windy down in St. George before we see calmer conditions and warmer temperatures this weekend along the Wasatch Front. Good chance of valley rain, mountain snow through today. Scattered rain and snow on Wednesday, just a slight chance on Thursday, but Thursday and Friday likely bring those windy conditions before we're calmer and warmer by this weekend.